and set. He's going to work on his at the belt. First pitch to Abrams. Right on Twine. Swing a drop to center field. Going back in there. One on the line. First pitch to Wallner. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. March at the track, at the wall, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Riley Adams, top of the first. Oh, that's the wrong one. I wanted it to do this one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to District Nation, District Sports Live today. We're going live today with a little bit of a different thing. We're just kind of talking about some sports today, because there's not much sports that I can call today, so I'm not calling anything. Now, I wanted to go live here with a quick update show on some scores, what you can watch today, everything in the sports world, because the sports world's a big world, and there's so much we can cover. So I'm in here today to make it a little easier on you, give you all the scores you need in one place, because that's what I want to do for you. So hope you join us today. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're one away from 90. The goal is 100, but we're trying to gain subscribers. So we're going to look a little bit into some scores that's going on in the MLB world. Then we'll take a look at NFL, what games are going to happen this week, this Thursday's kickoff. So I'm excited to watch that. Of course, there's some college football scores. We're also going to look at some other leagues. CFL and ELF are in their postseason, Canadian football and EuroLeague of football. We'll check out those two leagues. We'll check out some minor league baseball if you want to. We're going to go through some scores today. Let me give some input on some of the games and just have some fun while we're at it. So we're going to start in the MLB world, looking at some scores. First off, our Nationals lost to the Phillies 3-2. That's your first big score. The Nationals lose the series 2-1. Sub Dr. Lay. We're doing some sports updates here. Pirates beat the Rockies 4-0. The Rays beat the Cardinals 7-2. The Orioles beat the Astros 3-2. The Mets and the Braves played. The Braves beat them 4-3. I want to check out a little bit more about that game because it was actually a pretty good game. If you did not watch it, it was a really good game. The Braves had a comeback win per se. There was a lot of good offense from the Mets earlier. Mark Vientos hit his 12th home run of the season, taking a 2-0 lead. And then Sean Murphy singled in the bottom of the 6th that drove in 2. So it's 2-2 at this point, and then Jurickson Profar singles on a line drive to center fielder Mullins. Ozzie Albies scores, Sean Murphy scores, and that makes the game 4-2. And then Soto singled, driving in Cedric Mullins. So it was a 4-3 game in the end. But that's just... And both MLB and fans picked Jurickson Profar as the game winner, player of the game, because of what he did. So that's your update. In that game, Kinsley gets the win, Soto gets the loss, and Raisel Iglesias gets a save. The Royals beat the Tigers 10-8. The Marlins beat the Blue Jays 5-3. The White Sox shut out the Twins of an 8-0 score. The Giants beat the Brewers 4-3. The Rangers beat the Guardians 5-0. The Cubs beat the Angels 4-3. And the Reds beat the D-backs 6-1. The Dodgers beat the Padres 8-2. That means the series went 2-1. Padres get the series win after the Dodgers swept them last weekend. The Mariners beat the Athletics 11-4, and the Yankees beat the Red Sox 7-2. Now their records are basically the same: 71-60 for the Red Sox, 70-60 for the Yankees. So it's two very close teams who are in competition for the wild card. They both have a slot right now. They're basically the same. So now it's really the divisions. With your standings currently in first place in the NL East, we know it's Phillies, Mets, Marlins, Braves, Nationals. That's your NL East. I want to take a look at the AL East. 76-55 is the Blue Jays. The Red Sox are 71-60. A few wins and a few losses for the Blue Jays. The Red Sox could be looking at a division win. Same with the Yankees even. They're 70-60. One game behind the Red Sox. In that case, you could be looking at a series win for them, or a division win. This is a close division. I think it's really tight. It's only 5 games, and we're approaching September. So if you're going to want to do it, you're going to do it now. If you want to compete, that's just, you have to compete now. You can't wait until next week to start winning. You can't go on a win streak. You got to go now. You got to start winning some games. If you want to pass a hot team like the Blue Jays, they're probably not going to slow down. So you need to get faster if you want to beat a team like them. Because it's hard to beat a team like the Blue Jays who is this hot. You got to beat them. If you're going to beat them, the Red Sox, they're going to need to do differently than what they're doing right now. They're getting some cheap wins. Personally, they are getting some cheap wins. Not all their games are blowouts. They're not blowing everybody away. They just played the Yankees, took 3 of 4, which is absolutely great. You got to keep doing that. Your rest of the season is not that hard. You play the Orioles. The Orioles are not doing well. They're dead last in the AL East, which is pretty competitive right now considering they're 60 and 70. And then looking at other divisions, the Rockies are 37 and 94, the Nationals 53 and 77. 60 and 70 in your last. That is third in some other divisions. So the AL East is a good division, but you got 4 games against the Orioles. You can take all 4 of those, to be honest. They can take all 4. And then you got the Pirates. If you're not facing Paul Skeens, you should win all of those games. That's just my take on it. But to finish up the month, you have 2 pretty bad teams, 2 last placers. And then you got the Guardians. I mean, the Guardians, 3rd place, 5 games out of the wild card. You can win that series. And then you got the D-backs. You probably should win that series. The D-backs, they're 3rd at 64 and 67 in the NL West. You should win that series. Then you got the Athletics. That's pretty self-explanatory. The Athletics are 60 and 72 in dead last. You should beat them too. What up, Spaceman Sports? Thanks for tuning in. We're doing some sports updates right now. We're talking about the Red Sox right now. After the Athletics, you have the Yankees again for 3. So you can win that. Athletics, you should probably win that. Rays, then the Blue Jays. The Red Sox season is not too hard. I think they can go on a tear and maybe even take more than just a wild card spot. I think they have a chance. I'm not saying they're going to do it. It's not definite, but there's a chance. And the Yankees are not too hot right now, so you just got to keep in front of them. You got to worry about them too. But they are 6 and 4 of the last 10. The Red Sox are 5 and 5. They need to learn. They need to find something. And if they're going to do it, they need to do it at home. They have a lot more home games, but they are 41 and 25 at home, 30 and 35 on the road. That's good for the Red Sox, but you got to start winning more games on the road and keep doing what you're doing in the game. All these things, they have to happen. There's so much that has to go right for the Red Sox, but I think it is. I think there's a chance. I'm not putting money on it, but I think there's a chance that the Red Sox overtake the Blue Jays for the division. I think there's a chance. I wouldn't put my life savings on it. It's not sure. But you never know. Stuff like this has happened. Weirder things have happened. Thanks to everyone who has stopped by already. We already got 2 likes on the stream. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can get notifications whenever we go live. Because I go live sometimes in weird ways. But that's just what we do here. So that's a little bit on your MLB update, but I just want to quickly, that was my rant about the Red Sox. I want to have a rant about the Nationals because they're 53 and 77. And if you look at their numbers, the first half of the season was not that bad. I did the math. If they do the same exact way that they did first half of the season, they will finish 72 and 90. That is 1 game better than the last 2 seasons. That's actually pretty good considering how bad they've been. I could see it happening. I think it should happen. They should be able to finish at 72 and 90s. Like and subscribe if you love sports. Yes, Doc. They should like and subscribe if they love sports. Who doesn't love sports? The Nationals, I think they can do it. They haven't been as good probably as the first half. You're seeing a little bit of a differences. They're not as good, but the trade deadline really killed them. They traded away so many people. They got rid of not really core players. You didn't get rid of your core. That's one thing I'm happy about. They're probably going to keep Wood. They're going to keep Cruz. They're going to keep Abrams. The one question was if they were going to trade Mackenzie Gore. It was unsure because we didn't know. We didn't know if they were going to trade Mackenzie Gore. Completely unsure. The rumors were there all day. I was sitting around all day scared for that moment that MLB Network would say, Mackenzie Gore just got traded away for a prospect. I did not want that to happen. Because Mackenzie Gore is the future of the pitching staff. Because we're not looking up when it comes to pitching. We have some bad pitchers in our rotation. Jake Irvin, not that great. Mitchell Parker, not that great. When we look at the other ones, well, your bullpen's pretty bad too, but your starters. If you're going to want to win, you're going to have to get some prime starters, or you're going to have to develop really well. And Jim Hickey, the pitching coach for the Nationals, is not doing that. Jim Hickey's not doing exactly what we want, but, I mean, we can't expect him to. You can't say, oh, do this, do that. Brad Lord is your 4th starter. And then Cavalli. Cavalli's really good. Cavalli's really good. Cavalli can stay. Gore can stay. Irvin can stay. It's just the other 2. Lord and Trade offer. We give you a bag of chips. You give us James Wood. The sad part is Mike DiBertolo would take that right now. Mike DiBertolo would take that. Throwing a soda and he's going to take that trade. It's annoying because for the last few years, it feels like we've been taking some bitty bad trades. They show up 3 years later. All these great trades that we don't see, they show up years later. I don't know. I mean, we'd probably take that. Throw in a soda, throw in maybe another 2 bags of chips and a soda, we'll probably take them. I don't even know. It's just annoying sometimes. It looks like the MLB power rankings are out, but we'll cover that now as we finish up this Nats rant. It's just, if they do the same exact thing, they're 72 and 90. I think next year, when you start developing more, Mackenzie Gore's been straight up each season. He's been getting better and better. This year he started striking out more batters. Last season he was throwing more strikes. He's learned to increase the velocity this season. Everything has gotten better for him. I think that the Nationals are looking up for the next year. Pitching, maybe not. We only have 3 good starters. Maybe in the offseason you got to commit. Because the rebuild has been going for 4 years now, and we haven't really won any games in a while. Deal. Pirates are the same way. Yeah, the trades show up 3 years later. We don't even remember them. It's so annoying. You don't even remember that they're there. It's just a little annoying to me, but you never know. I mean, if you're willing to take 2 bags of chips and a soda, I mean, Wood's looking up. James Wood is hitting. He did really bad in the second half of the season. I mean, we expected it. He didn't play a first half last season. Think about it. His season last season up to the first half is a full season for him. And he did really well over that streak. He had about 250 over his full season worth. Right now, not great. Just give him time. I think next season, when he resets, he's going to be good. You just need time. Spring training 2026, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to stream because I want to see them play. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. I mean, right now, over his last 7, he's hitting 240. 283 over his last 15. His last 15 is when it really started. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. 28 strikeouts, though, but he strikes out. He strikes out a lot. On base percentage on the season has been, I mean, it's good. 353, 1 point over where he was with his 295 at-bats last season with his 485 this season. Depends on what angle you look at. Wood has been good over 162 games, and then when the second half started, he went down just a little bit. That's just what you got to look at. It's that way. Thanks for hanging out with us, Doc, for this little DC Sports Talk. We're talking all sports. That was our MLB segment. I want to look at the power rankings real quickly, give my take on them. First is Brewers. Previously 1, yeah. The one thing that surprised me is the Tigers were 5 last time. They're 2 now. Crazy. That's 2. I mean, of course, they're doing well. They're on a tear. I'm surprised. The Blue Jays should be higher. I think the Blue Jays should have held 2. We'll look at it. The Phillies are 3. I mean, we saw they had a little dominance against the Nationals, so give it to them. Blue Jays are 4, yes. At 5 is the Cubs. They went up 1 point. I mean, the Cubs have been good. I don't think they're going to do well in the playoffs. I think a lot of people say, same with the Brewers. They have a tear every season in the regular season. I think someone's going to knock them out in the first round. I think it's going to be the first round. They're going to get knocked out, and bam, they're out of the playoffs. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's sad. They're a good team. They could probably compete with the Dodgers, but I think they're going to get knocked down quickly. That's the biggest question, is who is going to go against the Dodgers? But then you got the Tigers. Of course, you got Tigers 6, Padres out of the top 5. They went up from 7. Dodgers are at 7. They were previously 2. And yes, Shohei has 45 blasts, by the way. That's pretty good. Good for Shohei. Shohei, teach your entire team to do that. Maybe you guys would be better. Thanks for tuning in with us. I like doing this. I like doing this update show. It's actually very fun because I can just rant about sports. And I don't get to do that much, especially when I'm calling games. 8 is the Red Sox. They were previously 10. I believe that. Roman Anthony's starting to feel his oats. Yeah, Roman Anthony's really good. Give it to him. At 9 is the Astros. They went down from 8. 10 is the Yankees. Mariners went down to 11 from 9. That's a little bit surprising. Then at 12, you got the Mets. They've stayed at 12. That's pretty good. 13 is the Reds. Everything's stable from here until you get to 14 with the Royals. Bobby Witt Jr. came up to 14 from 16. And the Guardians went down 1 spot from 14 to 15. Rangers are at 16, previously at 15. The D-backs are at 17, previously 19. Everyone's a couple spots up or down. The Rays are 18, previously 17. The Cardinals or 19, they went down one slot. The Giants stayed right there where they were last week at 20. The Angels are at 21. They were previously 22. They jumped because the Orioles went from 24 to 22. That's pretty good. I mean, looking now at the bad teams, we can use this power rankings they have right now to kind of lay out the postseason and what's going to happen. I want to do something where I predict the postseason. Not going to probably have time, but... And then you got 24, the Marlins. 25 is the A's. 26, you have the Twins. I mean, yeah, they stayed there. 27 are the Pirates. 28 are the Nationals. One thing looking up for us is Eli Willits made his pro debut in Single A Fredericksburg. It's kind of sad. But 17-year-old Eli Willits, first pick. He's up in Single A now. High A by next year. High A next year. Harrisburg at the end of the year next year. That's 2026. He's in Harrisburg. 2027. Send him up to Rochester. He makes his debut in 2027. That works. If knock on wood here, if he doesn't get injured, then just, all right, who's your past NL team to get in? Mets or Reds? I learned Mets because of the talent, but Reds are very much worthy. Last team to get in, let's think about this. I'm going to look at the standings here, just get a lay of the land, and also I'm going to look at them on the power rankings because I'm liking looking at this. And also I think I believe your Pirates are dead last. Oh, they're not. The Pirates are 27. They were at 27 last week. The Nationals were 28 still. So that's your Pirates. But let's look at the wild card standings here. I don't know, Mets or Reds. So we're looking at NL here. So here are your NL leaders. There's a tie for the West right now. Dodgers and Padres. So there's 4 slots in the wild card, of course. So right now the Cubs are in, the Dodgers are in, the Padres are in. Oh, yeah, because the third one goes to each one. So there are 3 teams in the wild card, I believe. I honestly, sometimes forget. I sometimes forget. I think the Mets, they're going to go on a tear, but they've been on a tear. I'm just waiting for the day they slow down. That's the thing. I'm just waiting for them to slow down. You never know when they will. So you never know when they will. And we are going to think about this for a second, but give me a moment here. I need to go grab something. I'll be back in just a second. All right, we are back. Had to do something real quickly. Looking at it, they're neck and neck, but it's more like it's one game. But there's more losses for the Reds, 2 losses for them. I believe it's going to be, if I had to pick right now, it's going to be the Reds, honestly. They're not as good, but the Reds, they haven't gone on their tear yet. The Mets have been on their tear. They are going to slow down. I believe they're going to slow down. I'm willing to bet it's going to be the Reds. I'm willing to bet it's going to be the Reds because the Mets are in that slot. They're going to slow down. They're 5-5, a losing streak of 1. They're going to start slowing down. They're going to start losing games. Let's look at their schedule real quickly because they might have a hard schedule. As long as you don't run into the Mets, or as long as you don't run into the Nats, you have a hard schedule. Unless you're playing the Nats for more than 3, then you get an easy 3 wins. So it looks like they're going to play the Phillies. So I think the Phillies are going to absolutely run over them. I just believe that's going to happen, even though it's at home. The Phillies are going to run over them. Then they're going to crush the Marlins in a 4-gamer. But the rest of it, you got some hard teams. You got the Tigers. You got the Reds. You're going to play the Reds. And they play the Nationals for 3. I think that's an easy 3 for them. But they end it in Miami. I don't know. I think the rest of their games, they're going to lose. They're going to start losing. I think Miami might even roll over them a little bit. I don't think Miami's going to make the playoffs this year, but I believe that you should not sleep on Miami Marlins. Do not sleep on them. They are a good team. Do not sleep on them. They're extremely good. They've got talent. Kyle Stowers has been better than anybody. So if he plays the way he has, we could see them in the postseason. I think next year. And the Nationals, I think now that we fired our GM and manager, now we got to start thinking about when the playoffs is going to be. My dog just made noise. But I think you got to start thinking now about... You got to start thinking when it's going to be the playoffs. Because we have not been in the playoffs for a while. And at this point, we need to start thinking about it. 2027, that's my guess. We're not going to win that year. 2026, next year, we're going to compete. I'm calling it now. We are going to compete next year. We competed a little bit last year. We just didn't get into what we wanted. We didn't compete too much, which is kind of annoying. But you're not going to compete every year. There's rebuilds. Only a few teams in the league compete every single year. Like me and Dr. DeLay, we don't get that. We have to call the Pirates and the Nationals. Good thing he calls other MLB games. I have to be honest with myself and call lots of Nats games because I enjoy calling Nats. But those are your power rankings, my rants about the Nationals. But Nationals, we'll do like a prediction lineup at some point. That'd be something that I'd want to do. But I believe they're going to be better than people are saying. People kind of have lost faith in them, and I'm disappointed. People have lost faith in the Nationals. This rebuild is going to happen. It's slow. It may not be on the exact timetable we want, but you never know. You gotta wait. You gotta have patience. Sports fans have learned to be patient, especially the Pirates. I love the thing. This YouTube channel, Content Machine, made a video about Minnesota, and they used the motto, "Next year is our year." We don't need to remember that. We need to say in 2 years it's our year because it's a rebuild. You gotta understand the rebuild. Am I not honest? No, like you cover a lot more MLB games. I have to be honest with myself. No, my team sucks, and I really only cover them. It's annoying to me, but you're honest too. You cover the Pirates a lot. You cover other MLB games. At least the Steelers are meh. I don't think the Commanders are not going to be as good this year. We had a Cinderella season. There's a lot of luck involved in that. That's what I've been told every time. It's luck. I think people are right. A lot of luck was involved in what we had, so there's a lot of luck. But you are honest, Doc. You're the Doc. The Doc is always in. 24/7, the Doc is in. We're already approaching the 22-minute mark, and we've only talked about MLB, but that's really the only sport we're going to talk about a lot. This whole rant about sports. And I'll remind you now, be sure to tune in to our broadcast where we're going to cover Week 1 between the New York Giants and the Commanders. Hope you'll tune in on Week 1. We will be back in just a moment. When we come back, we're going to talk about NFL, NBA, and some other sports, but we'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in with us for this MLB segment. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Or 20 seconds. Give it 20. We are back. Thank you for hanging out with us today on District Sports Live. We're talking about a lot of sports. We just talked about MLB, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about the NFL a little bit. Exclusively the Commanders, even though we're going to talk about more teams than the Commanders, but I'm excited for Week 1. Time for roster cuts. Okay. So there is roster cuts coming out. And, of course, the biggest thing for the Commanders right now is the trade of Brian Robinson Jr. It's big for everybody, but we got a draft pick. We have success with draft picks. I think it was like it was a 6th-round draft pick. And the 49ers received Brian Robinson Jr. What do you want in that situation? Brian Robinson Jr. has not been the most perfect running back. And many people will say, oh, Jaden Daniels doesn't need a running back. He does, and they're going to need a good running back now. So we'll take a look at their depth chart, see who they plan on, the unofficial depth chart. Who do they plan on putting at the running back position? So they have an unofficial depth chart here. Running back. They don't have a starter one listed right now. I think Austin Eckler might do it, but you also have Jeremy McNicholas and Chris Rodriguez Jr., But I'm excited to see what our offense has in store. You got a good amount of people, and you got Jaden Daniels, Mariota's there, Josh Johnson, Sam Hartman. I don't know what's going to happen, but Terry McLaurin, excited to see what Terry can do. He's probably not going to be what he was last year. I'm just saying it now. He had 6 years experience. I think that was his prime. That is his thing. He's going to have next year. This year, he's going to be meh. Last night, Ultimate Sports Network was in my game stream where I was covering Sunday Night Baseball, and he was talking about Terry McLaurin isn't going to be as good because he was saying like college football's better or something. I don't remember exactly what the words were, but it was something about college football's better than NFL, but is it really? So here's our thing. I'm bigger more on MLB. I don't have too much on this, but Terry McLaurin is not going to be what he was. You're asking a 40-year-old man to play like a 30-year-old man, even though that's not the thing. That's not his exact age. You're asking a 30-year-old man to play like a 40-year-old man to play like a 30-year-old. It's not going to happen. You got to stop dreaming. Just realize he's not going to be as good. I mean, trading him, was that a terrible idea? That's the thing. Was that a terrible idea? Trading him, I mean, we could have moved on to the future a little bit. Thanks to everyone for tuning in right now. We got a few people in the chat. Say something in the chat. Say what's up. You can ask your question in the chat. Delay asked his last MLB team to get in. We talked about that for a little while, but right now we're on the NFL subject for just a bit. And then we'll take a look at the scores from the end of week 3. We'll look at the kickoff matchups right now. But was it a bad idea to trade Terry McLaurin? Was it really that terrible? If you think it was, you could put something in the chat, but was it that terrible? You never know. We're not going to know what happened with that trade because it didn't happen. No one really was going to offer up anything good. He projected it, but you never know. So the games for week 1, it's going to be NFL kickoff. I'm excited to watch it. Week 1 matchups Thursday. It's going to be the Cowboys at the Eagles. Excited to watch that. And then Friday Night Football with Friday, September 5th. You got the Chiefs and the Chargers. Sunday, September 7th. You got a lot of football. You have an insane amount of football. Buccaneers at Falcons, Bengals at Browns, Dolphins at Colts, Panthers at Jaguars. I think those are the national ones, the televised games. I think they separate them by nationally televised or not. And then you got the Raiders at Patriots, the Cardinals at Saints, Steelers at Jets, Giants at Commanders, Titans at Broncos, 49ers at Seahawks, Lions at Packers, Texans at Rams, Ravens at Bills. Commanders and Giants. That's our one thing. Commanders at Giants. Be sure to tune in September 7th at 1 p.m. for that game. Hope you guys will have some fun watching it. But we're going to be live for that. So it's in Landover, Maryland at the national home of the Washington Commanders, Northwest Stadium. It's going to be Commanders and Giants. You can put your score predictions. I'm going to take 28-14 Commanders. That's my predicted score. They're not going to score too much. It's week 1. It's going to be a kind of drier game, but Scary Terry is good, but you guys should have made a decision. Sign or trade. The holdout is bad. Yeah, exactly. Make a decision, NFL. Make a decision, Commanders. Make a decision. We don't want to be waiting. I mean, if you wanted to sign him, sign him. If you don't want to sign him, trade him. It's not that hard. We could have gotten a good haul for that because people haven't seen that he's aged. I think maybe some programs know that he's aged. People know, hey, he's not going to be as good as he was last year. That's obvious. But, I mean, you could have gotten a good haul. You probably could have gotten what you got, more than what you got for Robinson. But Jaden Daniels, I think, give him a good core, a good amount of players. He's going to be good. He's already shown that he's good. Give him a chance to run an offense. Give him a chance to really go. We gave him that chance last year. Now it's sophomore year. I'm in the same year as him, happily. The sophomore slump is about to happen. Maybe Jaden Daniels will run out of it. Maybe he'll have a good sophomore season. I'm just praying he stays healthy. Praying he stays healthy is all we can really do right now. Praying he's healthy is our most important thing. But that's the game we're going to be covering. Delay, if you're covering something for NFL, you can drop down what you're doing, but there's a lot of games you can listen to it on. It's on Fox. If you're going to watch it in the area, it's not going to be there. And I personally am going to cover it, but other games I listen to on SiriusXM. I really like listening to those radio stations on SiriusXM calling sports. I'm going to listen to probably Friday Night Football on that. Even though Friday Night Football is really not a thing. You usually get Thursday, Monday, and Sunday. And of course, college football Saturday is coming up. We're going to have an epic Saturday. I'm so excited for that Saturday. It is going to be fun. Hope y'all will tune in for that, for college football Saturday, to anyone, because I believe I won't be able to stream. Let me check. I kind of have a planner with my streams, and it's pretty empty right now because I have so many events. But you never know. I hope y'all will tune in to someone. Delay's probably going to call a game on college football Saturday. I might be available. There's a tiny chance that I'll be available. You never know, though, for college football Saturday. I don't know what game I would call, but there's a lot of Week 1 matchups I'm excited for. I think that's Labor Day, too. Labor Day is this weekend, so happy Labor Day. Early Labor Day to everyone. Hope everyone does something to celebrate. Maybe tunes into some football this weekend. So we're going to get going now with some NBA talk, just quickly to run over the schedule. Looks like the NBA schedules are out. And thanks for helping me hit 89 subscribers last night to everyone who hung out on the stream. I hope everyone had fun. They're going right now. They're doing the top 100 plays of the 2024 to 2025 season. 100 to 81 have been released. But we're here to talk Washington Wizards because the Washington Wizards are our team. They're starting in preseason. As you know, preseason does happen for basketball. It's not as big as football. You're going to play Toronto, New York, and Detroit. And then you start the season against the Bucks, at the Bucks, and then you go at the Mavericks, and then you play the Charlotte Hornets at home. So that's just a little bit of the basketball that starts in October. I'm trying to see, do they play the Lakers at any point? Yes, they do. They play them. Their first matchup against the Lakers is going to be in January, in late January. They do not play on Christmas Day, sadly. But that winter break, I'm definitely going to cover a lot of basketball because basketball is going to be fun. And the Commanders, or the Redskins, play on Christmas Day this year. The Redskins are going to play on Christmas Day. That's going to be exciting. Just hope everyone has some fun with that. Labor Day is going to be over that, so we're going to have probably some football that weekend. Now we got to talk college football. College football is upon us. Football is upon us. Danny GC, what's up? Thanks for hanging out with us, Danny GC. See, you have a Steelers photo. I believe that Delay over here is a Steelers fan. I know he is. College football Saturday is starting this weekend. VMI is going to play Navy Midshipmen. So, I believe that game is on national television. So they should be on there, or even regional coverage. But excited to see the Navy Midshipmen play. Now we're going to talk college football here. I'm excited to watch my Navy boys play, but of course, Sunday is more important. That is NFL football. But you don't have many games coming up unless you're really excited. You don't really have too many games coming up. With the first Sunday, this Sunday, I don't know if there are any games this Sunday for Labor Day weekend. But I mean, it's a holiday, so you should have games. And thanks for tuning in with us on this little bit of a Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We're now starting the week with a sports stream. So Sunday, yeah, you don't see any game. That's next week, actually. Next week, next Thursday, is when NFL starts. Pardon me. I feel like I should have a countdown for that. But thanks to Denny GC, sorry. I know you probably have liked and subscribed because you're in the chat, so thanks for hanging out with us. And we got 3 likes on the stream, even though this is a different type of stream than we usually do. This is not something we usually do with a sports talk. I've done my podcast, but I'd rather do this. It's more fun because I can just talk about whatever I want. This Saturday, college football starts, and we are excited. I think everyone's excited. On CBS Sports Network is going to be Navy at VMI, or VMI comes to Navy, which is going to be a good game. Navy has a 98.6% chance to win. They better win. Please win. Of course, the American Conference is what American Athletic AAC is what Navy is. So some teams in their conference just running down. It's good to know there are QBs losing sleep again. It's football season. Yes, Denny GC. You can put what you talk about with football. We're talking a little bit of football right now. We did some baseball earlier. But some teams in our division is going to be Army, Charlotte, East Carolina, or known as ECU, Florida Atlantic, Memphis, Navy, North Texas. Denny. Oh, so you know him. You know the big man. You got North Texas, Rice, South Florida, Temple, Tulane, Tulsa, UAB, and UTSA. Those are some teams just running down the list of some teams you'll see. But thanks for tuning in with us on District Sports Live. So that's just some of the teams. I'm sorry I'm at work trying to listen when I can. Yes, waving with the beers. Let's go. I'm at work trying to listen when I can. It's fine, Doc. Just listening. This is just me doing it for fun. College football, though, is this Saturday. And QBs are losing sleep. college football, and I think I'm losing sleep in fantasy. Week 2, September 2nd to 7th, but it's Friday is going to be the game. It's Eastern Washington and Boise State. This Saturday, though, which they seem to think there's no games. Week 1, actually, excuse me. Week 1, Saturday, August 30th. Let's go. Texas at Iowa State, 1 versus 3. It's going to be an absolutely amazing game. I am so excited to see that game. Syracuse in Tennessee. Old Dominion in Indiana, not ranked, versus Indiana. Nevada versus Penn State, ranked number 2. Marshall at Georgia. Georgia's number 5. Alabama at Florida State. South Dakota at Iowa State. Montana State at Oregon. Illinois State versus Oklahoma. Long Island University versus 15-ranked Florida. Dr. Delay is how I found this channel. Thank you, Denny GC, for hanging out. North Dakota, Kansas State, UTSA, and Texas A&M. Texas A&M is ranked number 19. LSU at Clemson, a 9 versus a 4. New Mexico and Michigan. Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Texas Tech, ranked number 23. Georgia State at Ole Miss. East Texas A&M versus SMU. Northern Arizona at Arizona State. A little bit of a rivalry, but Arizona's ranked 11. Spreading the love. Texas, Iowa State. That's going to be a good matchup. One of the first football games you're having. Texas, Ohio State. I still haven't even gotten down to Navy. You got North Dakota and Kansas State. But LSU, Clemson, New Mexico, Michigan, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Texas Tech, Georgia State, and Ole Miss. East Texas A&M, SMU, Northern Arizona versus Arizona State. Those are all the matchups they think that are happening. You can't forget about Navy. Navy and VMI. Excited to see it. CBS Sports is bringing you VMI versus Navy. Texas and Iowa State. Danny, I'm lost. It's Texas and Ohio State. Let's get going with college football. Those are your Saturday matchups. There's also matchups on Sunday. We can quickly go through them. It's going to be Virginia Tech and South Carolina. And Notre Dame and Miami, 6 versus 10. At District Nation, good morning. What is up? Charles Adderley, thanks for tuning in to this District Sports Live. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Yes, do that. That's going to be first game, VMI and Navy. Navy midshipmen playing against the VMI Index. My phone must be high today. I can't imagine how badly I spelled Ohio to get Iowa. Yeah. So that's your college football. I'm excited to watch American football. I don't have to watch soccer as much. Even though, I enjoyed watching it every so often. It got boring. How's everyone doing today on this beautiful, beautiful Monday? I'm doing great. We're talking college football, baseball, basketball, everything, anything people want to watch. College baseball, college basketball, those start in winter and fall, but we are here with football. So excited to watch it. I hope everyone else is excited to watch it too. Hope everyone enjoys this District Sports live stream. Lol. So now, finally, we're going to go through some of the smaller rated sports no one wants to hear about, but I want to see it. CFL, just to go over the scores real quickly. Rising Rhino, you can go to his channel to get play-by-play on CFL. He actually made me enjoy it a little bit. So Edmonton Elks beat the Red Blacks 30-20. My BC Lions lost to the Toronto Argonauts 32-54. 34-52, excuse me. That's just a little bit about CFL. We don't really need to cover that too long. But, of course, you got college football coming up this weekend. Put any score predictions you have in the chat. Navy and VMI, it's going to be 30-3. We'll give them a field goal. If anyone has any score predictions, be sure to throw them in the chat. I'm loving to hear what you guys have to say about college football. In the morning, you have 2 choices. A, continue to dream about your goals. Or B, wake up and chase them. I kind of did both this morning. I did a little bit of both on that. So that will end today's stream. Thanks you all for tuning in today. I'm going to redirect you over to Snowman Multimedia, I believe, but that's going to be all. We talked a lot of sports today. We got excited about college football and NFL. Thank you all for tuning in today. If you want this redirect, I'm going to send you guys over somewhere. Great, beautiful day in paradise. And C, eat breakfast. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to redirect you over there. Be sure to say who is with you. I think he's streaming right now. Oh, yeah, he's with a bunch of people. I'm just going to end stream. We don't really have anyone to go to. So thank you all for coming today. We talked NFL, MLB, NBA, and college football. Thank you guys so much for coming. Hope you guys all have a great day. Good day to Charles Adderley, Dr. DeLay, and Denny GC. Hope everyone has a great day. Get excited for college football. Until next stream, peace. Thanks for coming in, Charles Adderley. Hope you guys all have a great day. See you next time on District Nation with college football is going to be next. That's going to be on Saturday.